All right, so we're looking at that tweet about Martin Odegaard, and we were just talking about, for you, he gets a lot of praise. A lot of people saying he's having a great season, but as we've seen here, in terms of numbers, doesn't do too much against teams. He's only got 2 goals and assists above teams above 16th.
Mate, I hear this from Arsenal fans every single year about different specific players. I mean, I even was in an argument with an Arsenal fan earlier on the season. He was trying to put Gabriel in Team of the Year ahead of Ruben Dias. It's like, come on, man. These Arsenal fans, they have no shame about them whatsoever. They always overhype their players. And when they talk about Odegaard and being like, oh, yeah, he's one of the best number 10s in the Premier League and all this kind of stuff, I was like, look, guys, he's a good player. He's performing well right now, but stop taking it too far every single time. Stop taking it so far. Yeah, he's a good player. He's had a few good performances against some standard sides. Let's see what he does over a whole stretch of a season against proper opposition. We've seen him against a whole stretch of a season now against proper opposition, and you're showing me the stats. That's all he's done against like lower half teams.
Kulusevski's already got 7 goals,
exactly,
isn't he? And he's been here since February.
Yeah.
Odegaard's had the whole season. I think Odegaard's one of those players, though, that I don't think you can only quantify what he does on the pitch just through goals and assists, because I think he's a bit more than that.
He's a good player, Odegaard.
He is a good player.
Don't get me wrong.
But he's also, when you're a number 10 for Arsenal, and especially when they don't have a goal scorer, he has to be chipping in with more goals and assists naturally. And if that's what he's producing, then they're probably demanding more.
He's a good player, but he's being massively overhyped by the Arsenal fan base.
Yeah, but what was our Uncle Jeremy? He was saying Odegaard's another level to what we have, or something like that. It's like, no chance, mate. No chance. Gary Neville says, not so many Arsenal fans on my timeline tonight. Oh, last night. Gary Neville has something against Arsenal. I love it. He definitely does.
Who doesn't?
The Tactical Times says, manager of the month, City and Liverpool, we're coming for you next season too. Arteta out and rebuild in the space of 90 minutes.
Sorry, say that again?
He says, manager of the month, and City and Liverpool, we're coming for you next season to Arteta out and rebuild in the space of 90 minutes. Lovely stuff. Tommy Fred says, Arsenal right now.
The banter days are back for Arsenal. Love it.
AFTV saying our fan on AFTV saying the loan system is defeating the integrity of the league. I think he's complaining about Conor Gallagher being on loan at Chelsea from Chelsea. Cody Mack says, I agree. By
the way, on that thing, that Guehi last night was brilliant.
He's on loan from Chelsea, isn't he?
I think they bought him.
Oh, did they buy him? Yeah. He was also brilliant, wasn't he?
He was brilliant. And when you're looking at Chelsea right now with Christensen and Rudiger leaving, I wish they had him for next season.
Yeah, he looks like a top prospect. Obviously, he was called up for England, wasn't he?
I think they're the best back 2 outside the top 6, Crystal Palace. Anderson and Guehi.
You know what? We were saying a lot in the summer about Anderson and his passing range. He got 2 assists yesterday, especially that second one. Brilliant pass to find Ayew. It was a great assist. Cody Mack responded to it, says, I agree, there's teams loaning out loads of players and then cancelling games because of it. They don't have enough players to build a team. It's embarrassing.
Exactly,
Go on, Cody.
Man.
Go on, Cody. I love Cody, man. Love him so much.
King of Twitter.
Arteta yesterday apologised to Arsenal supporters for his team's unacceptable performance in their 3-0 defeat to Crystal Palace. He says, congratulations to Palace for the game they played. They made it impossible for ourselves the way we competed. We were poor, especially in the first half, and I apologise to our supporters. You have to be physical and run, and then you have to earn the right to play. We were inconsistent on the ball, and that is unacceptable. Yeah. Is that what you put it down to, just them being inconsistent on the ball, or do you think they were just,
I think they got completely bullied yesterday in every area of the pitch. I thought they just couldn't handle Palace anywhere. All the Palace players were so up for it, and it looked like Arsenal came out and looked a bit shell-shocked. Like I said, it was the first time they had real pressure on them this season, and they faltered under it.
I agree. This is a clip of all the fans yesterday looking for Palace as their final hope, and they definitely got it. Superman, brilliant stuff. Absolutely love that.
It's a bit like Jan
Vertonghen, who sued Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
interesting. This is highlights of Arsenal versus Palace yesterday. Oh, is it glitching again?
That was about to be an epic. Oh, there we go.
Knocked out. Brilliant stuff. Thomas Partey's injury a big concern for Arsenal, says Mikel Arteta, and that's obviously something that's as we mentioned before, could be a massive blow. Arsenal needed this humbling. Their fans were talking way too much for a team who plays once a week, says Con.
Yeah, completely agree with that. I mean, the Arsenal fans, I mean, they've been kind of convinced over the last couple of weeks they're getting top four. And even I was starting to believe that maybe they are going to get top four, but old Arsenal revealed his ugly head again yesterday, and I love it.
Arsenal's PR team after yesterday's defeat, go and get the retro kits. Love it. I love the banter. BR football after with Palace 3-0 up and Partey off injured, and there's just a Joker meme saying all I have is negative thoughts. They're wearing an Arsenal shirt. Love it. Love the memes coming out from yesterday. Dubois says Arsenal fans were making Champions League compilations and backtracking on Arteta. It would be football heritage if they failed to qualify now.
Exactly.
This is football heritage.
This is football heritage.
As Mourinho would say. Ben Tambula says Arsenal ducked us when we were missing Romero, Son and Skip, and Hansen, Kulusevski and Bentancur.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were saying before, and it's absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. Like I said before, I think if we would have played that game, I think we would have lost.
Yeah,
really
or maybe even a draw. I don't think we would have won. We weren't in a fit shape at that time. All of our Argentinians have nothing against Arsenal, but personally, it's unbelievable their fans were disrespecting Romero and had the audacity to compare Ben White to him.
I know, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I was saying that actually last night. Like, how can you compare Ben White to Romero? I mean, I even had comparisons from Gabriel to Romero as well, and I was like,
Romero, man, have you seen Romero play?
There's levels
guys?
to this game, man. There's levels to this game now, and Romero is some way ahead of those two players in my opinion.
They wouldn't know how to handle Romero. They'll see in the North London derby.
I can't wait for his shithousery in the North London derby.
Oh, he's going to be well up for it. He's going to be well up for it. Arsenal ducking us with one COVID case when we had Kulu, Bentancur, Romero and Skip out. You effed up. You should have killed me. Love that meme. Arsenal fans, we have games in hand. A game in hand. Jamie Lamb, love it. Absolutely good stuff. Expression says the way Arsenal got opened up.
Oh boy,
the memes were strong last night. Sam Dean, who's an Arsenal journalist, says Arsenal knew the risk when they decided to finish the season with a thin squad. Until last night, it was a gamble that had paid off, but the dynamic of the team changes without Tierney and Partey. They must now rebalance the side with limited options, and it's going to be a big task.
It's a massive task, because when you're thinking about it, if those two players are out, for a stretch of the season, who do you play at left back?
Tavares.
After Tavares gets hauled off at half time against Crystal Palace, do you really put him back in?
They're going to have to trust him, I think. They've got no choice.
Or do you put...
Because you can't have Xhaka at left back with Partey injured. You can't.
Yeah.
They're going to have to put Tavares in and just go with it.
Xhaka at left back and put Lokonga and El Neni in the middle.
Yeah, that would be a disaster. They can't do that.
It would also be a disaster putting Tavares at left back.
Yeah, but at least he can be attacking sometimes. He's not bad at attacking occasionally. He's defensively really bad. But I've seen him play some good games attacking-wise.
I just remember that game, a game earlier on the season against Man City, was it, where he just got tore?
Against
Liverpool, that was it, Liverpool, where he just got tore an absolute new one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, completely right. And Charles Watt says the way Arsenal respond and deal with Tierney and Partey injuries will define how last night is remembered. Nights as bad as that can totally derail a season and take weeks to recover from. That can't happen, as Arteta said after the game. Have to win on Saturday and get straight back into it. And I think they probably will win on Saturday because they got Brighton. But it's whether they'll when the push comes to shove.
But cast your mind back to a bit earlier on in the season. Everton were losing game after game after game after game. They played Arsenal, they beat them, and they carried on losing
game after game until
game after game.
You never know. You never know. And with these injuries, maybe if they don't beat Brighton, then they're in serious trouble. Even if they draw, if they don't win that game,
there is comparisons to that run, right? That Everton game and this Brighton game.
You could argue that, yeah, for sure. You could argue that, but if they don't, then they'll be under serious pressure to beat Brighton now. But I'm sure they will, because
I'm pretty sure that they will. But if they don't, it's very comparable to that moment.
It'll be interesting to see, how they respond. He says days like yesterday can take weeks to respond, to recover from. Do you think it was that bad? It will take weeks to recover?
I think it was a kind of big moment for Arsenal in terms of their season. It's maybe not the result per se, but the manner of the result and the way they lost, the way they got absolutely bullied throughout that game. Other teams that are about to face Arsenal will look at that and being like, look, let's hassle and harry them throughout the game. They won't be able to handle it.
And also, if you do that with them being depleted now,
exactly,
then it's going to be different. Frank Khalid says, final score, Archer Palace 3, Arsenal 0. And there's the old Spider-Man meme. Puts the glasses on and it's just Hob. Love it. Love these memes, man. I couldn't get enough of them yesterday. Simon Collins said, Kieran Tierney, due to a specialist today, amid fears his season could be over. So I guess it's not guaranteed yet, and it's not confirmed, but it doesn't look very good for Kieran Tierney.
It does not. And to be fair, though, with Kieran Tierney, I don't think he's even had that much of a good season this year. I think he was much better last season.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's been battling injuries all season, hasn't he? He hasn't had
he's very
injury.
injury prone.
Back again, podcast with troops falling apart yesterday. The video doesn't seem to go, but he's not very happy.
Yeah, I mean, with all the troop stuff, you can literally just play any moment and replay it, and it'll be the same thing.
Brilliant stuff. Very funny. What a weekend for Tottenham fans. There's McMahon meme. Things getting progressively better. Fantastic.
I swear, I can look at these memes all day long.
And last one from Charles Watts says, all over, truly horrendous night for Arsenal, beaten 3-0, Tierney and Partey potentially facing spells on the sidelines. It couldn't really have gone any worse. And the funny thing is, we're all joking yesterday, weren't we, after the Newcastle game and leading into the game yesterday, it's like, all right, pressure's on Arsenal, they're going to bottle it, they're going to crack, we were joking about it. We weren't seriously thinking that they were going to actually, fall apart. But watching that game, honestly, they did fall apart yesterday. They genuinely
from the first
cracked.
Minute.
They genuinely cracked under the pressure.
They couldn't handle the pressure. They came out, they looked like scared boys on the pitch, and they got absolutely bullied by this Crystal Palace side.
Yeah.
And Patrick Vieira was absolutely loving it.
Because as you were saying, we were joking. We couldn't actually imagine how much they would have cracked yesterday, and they really kind of imploded yesterday.
Completely. So Spursy.
And that is it. Oh, and there's one more. Bob, where is he? Bob sent me a meme as well. Some memes yesterday. There we go. The Will Smith slap.
What a boom! That's what Patrick Vieira did to Arteta last night. Boom.
Love it. Fantastic stuff. And here's an interesting one as well, which I tweeted out. Are people ready for this conversation? Kulusevski versus Saka. Saka only has 5 assists this season, same as Kulusevski now.
That's nuts.
And Kulusevski joined in February, and I think they're similar.
Going on about Saka.
They're similar age, aren't they? Kulusevski and Saka.
Well, yeah, Kulu's 21, Saka's about 20 or 21 probably.
Is he 21 yet? Is there a conversation to be had there?
Of course, there's a conversation to be had. Saka's 20.
20, okay, so he's a bit younger.
Yeah, he'll be 21 in September.
Maybe
more or less the same age.
No, if you asked people before, no one would have said Kulusevski's better than Saka, but maybe there is a conversation to be had there.
There is a conversation for sure.
Peter's saying I'm ready for that conversation. But anyway, that's enough for Twitter for now. That's if you got any more tweets and stuff, do tag us. We'll maybe take a second look if we see anything interesting. But that's Twitter reacting to Arsenal's defeat yesterday.
All right.